Quincey goes, gosh, that feels like a million years ago. To us too, Quincey, to us too. How young and innocent we were.
Welcome to The Story Thinker, a Webtoons and Witcher podcast for superfans with scene-by-scene analysis. Featuring sharp co-hosts for a fuller picture, we dive deep into character psychology, relationships, and theories. We'd love it if you could like, subscribe, comment, and rate us on all podcast platforms and social media. For bonus content, you can support The Story Thinker on Patreon. Let's begin. Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 119 of Midnight Poppyland, and we are here with Mem.
Hey.
All right, so Mem, take it away.
Okay, so we're going to get started on episode 119 between Poppy and Quincey. Quincey is my favorite, and I will defend him at all times. So here we are. Anyway, so we come in, and Quincey's saying, common bathrooms here, towels are here, and I packed some of your stuff along right before I left the manor. And she goes, even my undies? And he goes, even your undies, a little bit of nosebleed, it looks like.
Which, by the way, I'm like thinking, why didn't Poppy pack her own stuff? I don't know.
I don't know. Did they leave right after the boat? Like, did Tora be like, oh, once they got off, he was like, oh, we're leaving now? I don't know, but anyways, Quincey goes, they're in the guest bedroom where you'll sleep tonight. And Poppy goes, oh my god, thank you, sis. And
which just goes to show, like, we've been talking about, like, you know how last episode is all about Quincy's crush on her and she's totally oblivious. Like, the fact that she's like, oh my god, thank you, sis. Like, it just shows she does not see him as a romantic interest, like, at all.
No, not even like close. Like, that man is so far friend zoned. It's not like that he's in the sister zone. Like,
and what do you make of Quincy's crush on her? Why do you think it's happening? What's going on?
I mean, she's so curvy and cute and tiny, and like they're both like such giant men. Like, and I have always said this, but like giant men like girls that they can put in their pockets. You know, like I've never seen, like, look at like Shaquille O'Neal's girlfriend, like how tiny she is next to him and stuff like that. Not Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, no, it is Shaq. Anyways, like they're always so tiny. So, and like curvy and stuff, like just men. I mean, big men, like they're tiny curvy girls. So
that's funny. My husband is a giant. He's 6'4" and also very broad, but I'm not tiny. I'm like 5'6", but compared to him, I'm pretty small, but still a pretty big woman, I think.
I mean, like my husband's 6'2" and I'm 5'5", so I'm not like super tiny. I'm still tiny enough. Like I can't reach any of the things. Like it's so hard being married to a tall man when you're like 5'5" or under, because like they just put everything out of your reach, and I have to have a stool in like everywhere.
Okay, but I thought it was the only one. If I can't find something, I literally take a chair and I look on top of stuff, because I'm like, you must have put it on top where I can't see it.
Yeah, 100%. They put stuff everywhere, and he's like, why are you climbing on the counters? Like, I'm not a giant.
Oh, yep. Literally yesterday we were at a weekend and I was opening a cabinet. It was at the Airbnb we were at, and my friend had put this hot plate on top of the cabinet, and like when I opened the cabinet door, it started falling, and it's like 2 feet above me. I'm telling you, it's like really, and I had to like hold the cabinet door so that it wouldn't fall on me, and I pulled my hand over, and he just walked over without even like going on his tippy toes. He just pushed he was able to just push the hot plate away. It was like, I was like, wow. He's
so annoying.
5.
I love my husband. I don't, but sometimes having to like look up so much that you get vertigo when you're trying to like just give them a kiss or talk to them or something like that. It's like, get on my level. I don't want to pass out trying to talk to you.
That I never felt like when I interact with him, like I don't feel like he's taller than me. Then when I see a picture, I'm literally at his shoulder. My top of my head is at his shoulder. Like it doesn't feel that way when I'm with him though.
Oh man, I feel it all the time. He's always just like looking right up at him, but anyway.
All right, digression aside.
Yeah, I know. Well, but that said, tall men love their little teeny girls, their little hamsters. So Poppy goes, oh, this is the room where Ben was resting. And Quincey goes, "You mean Benjamin? That's right. You've been here before. I almost forgot." Gosh,
would you have recognized it, by the way?
what?
Would you have recognized it?
No, not at all. It like I mean I get it was dark and stuff like that, but I would not have ever recognized it whatsoever.
Yeah, I think, Quincy's house kind of got like an upgrade because the whole art style got, an upgrade.
Mhm.
So since, season one, but yeah, he's a fancy house. You can tell this guy's bougie.
Oh, so bougie. You gotta love it though. I honestly wish I were a little bit bougier, but as we were talking earlier, I got the ADHD, so I'll like start with that project and like finish and like not even ever finish it. It'll just be like halfway done all the time. I've got so many plans.
Mhm.
I can never see to the end of any of them, but
Yeah.
oh
No, but
well.
at this, I know I'm actually in this stage of my life where like my house is old and I usually like old things because I think they have charm and flavor. But like there's
Mhm.
kind of things that are falling apart and need to be redone. So like when I'm looking at Quincy's house now, I'm like, this is like a brand new, like clean, updated,
Yeah.
not falling apart house. I'm like getting a little jealous.
Tell me about it. I really do feel like if you are in a house that's older than like 20 years old, that you should get some kind of government stipend to like keep up with it because like just fall apart. And even in like new builds aren't as great as they used to be anymore. So like, things go downhill faster. But my house is as old as my husband, so it's approaching 40 and just things need to be redone. But
Yeah.
anyway, so Quincey goes, "Gosh, that feels like a million years ago. To us too, Quincey, to us too." How young and innocent we were. And then he like side eyes Poppy looking at her and coughs. Well, that's it for our guest orientation and is
Aw.
kind of gloomy about it.
Yeah, because like when she was there in the room, she had no idea they were in the mafia. She wasn't involved romantically with Tora. Her life wasn't in danger. There was no notebook with putting Tora's life in danger. Like all of that.
I know. I know. I love how she's like, it feels like so long ago. And it's like, yes, it was. It was a long time ago. Can you believe it? It's been forever. Maybe not in their timeline. Maybe like what, like a month or two in their timeline.
I know we used to keep track and it's been so long. We can't keep track. I can't keep track, but I think it's also like, yeah, a month, 2 months, whatever.
And so he
In
says,
our
make
world, it's
yourself.
been years.
Oh, yeah, I know. He says, make yourself at home. I don't know what plans Tora has, but we won't return to 𝗭𝗪𝗄 𝗡 today, that's for sure. And Poppy is, I don't know if she's reaching towards the closet or something, but
To open it, but
yeah. And she says, why not? And Quincey goes, well, and then you cut to the text message chain between Quincey and Tora. And Quincey says, bro, where are you now? Tora says, driving. Quincey, driving is not a location.
oh my
I love how
God.
it's all within like a minute too. It says 8:05, 8:05, 8:05, and then 15 minutes later at 8:20. Bro, I'm back at the apartment. Okay, I'm assuming that like it's pronounced Q because that's how you would pronounce it like in other cultures, which I am assuming that's from. But and Poppy are here. What should we do next? Tora, get her settled at your place tonight. Might risky to travel back to 𝗭𝗪𝗄 𝗡. Might get ambushed or followed. Decide what to do when I'm back.
Ooh, boy.
Son, what's going on in 𝗭𝗪𝗄 𝗡?
Oh no.
But they said, bye Felicia to 𝗭𝗪𝗄 𝗡. And Quincey says, let's just say we stepped on a few toes today.
He's
And Poppy
always,
says,
like they both of them, Tora and Quincey, kind of withhold the full truth from Poppy because they want to protect her. Which, if I were Poppy, if I were in this
so
situation, I would want to know everything. I would be so upset
right?
if they would tell stuff.
Yeah, like the thing is that she knows what's going on now for the most part. So hiding anything from her, I feel like would only be negative. It wouldn't like there's no I feel like there's just like no net positive from hiding anything from her at this point because of how much she already knows. It's like, well, she's gonna like die for the information she has already, so why
Yeah,
not just tell her everything at this point,
yeah.
Like
Maybe
I don't
she
know if they're just
feels Sorry,
I
maybe
don't know if
they feel, sorry, go on.
I don't know if they're like just trying to like not scare her anymore, but at this point, like, I mean, there's what's left, you know?
It could be that Quincey thinks that Tora, she's going to talk to Tora soon and he'll tell her.
That too, that too. I really, really love like how Quincey is just like very much in neutrals right now, and then you see like his like bright royal navy blue, like no, like royal blue like slippers, like house slippers.
Same. I love him. I would so expect him to have like fuzzy pink ones with like a unicorn on top, but this is also good.
Right. I have fuzzy pink ones. They look like this Mexican sweetbread because pan is bread in Spanish,
Yeah.
but we call the slippers pantuflas. So it's pantufla. Anyway,
very cute.
It's like a Mexican dad joke, but I really love them and they're pink and fluffy and I love them.
Nice.
So Quincey says, let's just say that we stepped on a few toes today and Poppy's putting stuff in the closet and she goes, you mean like your dad's? And turns to look at Quincey. And Quincey says, I don't really want to talk about that.
Aww.
And
go ahead, sorry.
He said, well, he's like, and can we call him Vince instead of my dad? Like, fair. I would not want to be associated by blood to that person in any sort of way, shape, or form. So that's super fair.
For me, like, okay, I guess my reaction, if I were very upset about something or if there's something big that just happened in my life, like I would want to talk about it. But, and I know that I was shocked or surprised, like when Quincey came back last time and you and Poppy were like, oh, how'd it go? And he's like, fine. I guess he really doesn't want to talk about it. Like I would be like, I was like, oh, this massive thing just happened and you're not talking about it. But I guess he needs time.
It's like even for like the way Quincey acts and stuff, Quincey's still a man, and I don't know any man that like just is like all about like let's talk about my feelings and stuff. Like my husband will sit on things for days before talking to me about it, and I'm like, oh, you could just like tell me and get it out of the way. We can get through it faster. But men are that way. So, anyways, he said after saying, and can we call him Vince instead of my dad? He said, kind of makes me want to throw up. And Poppy goes, oh, of course, my bad. I'm sorry, I shouldn't probe. And Quincey said, it's fine, you're not probing. This concerns you as well. I'm just done with the family drama for the day, but don't worry. Fair. The three of you will be safe once we make it to D-Day. I'll see to it personally that you are. I told you about D-Day, didn't I?
Yeah, question for you. I thought that today was D-Day.
I thought so too, and I'm kind of like, wait, what? I thought today was it, but I guess it's not.
So now we have more exciting things in the store. Like, what's D-Day? What are they gonna do?
I know. I'm like, what could be more than what you just did today? Like, especially like
the clan. Because I feel like they would want to. I don't think they would want to actually run the clan, right? I
don't think so. I don't know. I mean, like Quincey comes from two different. Maybe they're merging clans. I don't know.
Alton clan takeover. Do you think how the Alton clan elders were like, oh, we have big plans for our boy, big plans? Do you think they actually coordinated and the big plans are the D-Day plans?
Or I mean, it could be. It very well could be. I almost wonder if like I don't know if it will be like a hostile takeover or if it's an integration or what's going on there. And he thinks that, people aren't going to like it, especially, a lot of the Fault Human clan elders.
People who are loyal to Vincent.
Oh, well, I mean, he's like the big one, but like think about like Sharch and all Sharch, yes, that and those guys, that they're not going to be they're doing their own little thing too, and they're not going to, I feel, go down so easily. Yeah. So I don't know, little psychopaths, but anyway, Poppy goes, you're kind of suave when you assert yourself calmly like this. And all of a sudden he blushes and straightens up.
Oh, no.
And then she continues while putting stuff in the closet, compared to throwing a tantrum when you don't get your way. And he stopped up going, "There's a catch. I knew it. There's always a catch. You damn civilians are always climbing over my head just because I don't go hard on you."
Aww.
And she's giggling and
I
putting
also
stuff
just noticed
away.
now he has shoes on instead of slippers.
I know. Oh yeah, I didn't even catch that. But I didn't notice earlier, but in this one he has blood on the back of his shoulder, or on the left one.
It's the wine, yeah. It
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like goes back and forth. It's on sometimes, it's disappeared the other
Yeah.
times. The wine that he spilled.
Mm-hmm. And he goes, "And you, young lady, you need to quit stalling for time. Your man's been back for over half an hour now," and slams the door. And she just kind of goes,
There's a lot of slamming doors in the last couple of minutes.
"I know, so many slamming doors."
But you know what? I appreciate what he said. She does need to talk to him. You know,
Oh yeah, she does. There, like, so much going down lately. Y'all need to kiss and make up and start, working together and stop fighting each other, because y'all are in the same boat now.
communicate. I think also Quincey said that because he's too attracted to her. So he's like, Poppy, get out of my face and go to be with Tora, because I gotta see you together and know that I can't touch you and you're off limits.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, he's trying, like, he kind of just, like, before, he's just kind of like, like, he does what feels good, and that's fine, as long as he has a willing partner. But he knows that this is his buddy's girl, and he needs to, like, just not be,
with her.
yeah, exactly, not hit on her.
Yeah, do you want to continue until like she actually talks to
Oh
Tora?
yeah, sure. So she slides open a door, it looks like in the living room, and she goes, "A freaking hidden door." And she says, "I can't see a thing, but I think Tora's in here. It smells like cigarettes and fresh, clean soap. Tora, where are you?" Ugh. And she trips and falls over a giant dumbbell, it looks like.
Yeah. I was a little unclear because like she had her hand up on the wall and then the door slid open and then it was like a door from her bedroom to the living room.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it looks like it's in the living, like, next to the living room, this hidden door.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So as soon as she trips over the dumbbell, we see Tora saying, "Mind the guns." Okay, well, at least that's the first thing he said. I mean, that is very important. And then her hand's like on the desk, and we see pencils, and then we also see a pistol. And then she like picks up her hand and she's like, "Ba-dump," and we see the table is filled with like weapons. A giant assault weapon, like two of them, and then there's rifles, and there's a bunch of stuff that I don't really know what it is, like explosives or ammunition.
They look like just giant bullets, honestly, to me.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a pencil, but you know that now I see those are probably bullets.
Yeah, they just look like just giant casings and stuff. We used to have some like that, because my husband like hunts and stuff, so not quite that big, but like similar in shape.
Yeah, so this is like Poppy's finally entered the reality. We know that, remember Quincy last time was hiding his guns back when Poppy was sick. Sorry, when Tora was sick and she visited him, he was like storing it away. But now she's seeing it. She learned he's a hitman. She sees his weapons. It's a lot to take in.
Oh, probably. Like, I mean, when you see like all the ammunition that's on, I was like, that's a lot, especially just be laying on a table. Like, you don't have a safe anywhere, sir.
I know you would think Quincy's house has it because I don't know, because Tora's presence.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's just laying back in his bed, and Poppy's like, "Can I come in?" He's like, "You just did, didn't you?"
Okay.
My God, Tora, like great start, very welcoming.
Yeah, like what a smart ass.
Yeah. And Poppy, you see her face. She's upset and she's nervous, and she's like, "Oh, that butthole giving me attitude even when he's in the depths of despair." Like she's trying to be sympathetic, but if he's all prickly, it's not easy to be sympathetic and kind.
It's really not, but
well, it's also, I guess it's at our worst moments, like when we are so upset, we become prickly, and that really is when we need the help, but we're also not very fun to deal with.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's hard because, like, at one time that this man is so, like, messed up. Like, he's so traumatized in so many ways. But, like, come on, man, you can't be a jerk to Poppy. She hasn't really done anything to you. You kind of drug her and all this stuff, like, maybe not, just take that attitude and, like, tone it down like 100% because she's not anybody that's sitting here, like, trying to re-traumatize you. So
yep. She's trying to help, and she doesn't even respond. She kind of lets it slide, which, for better or for worse, I don't know if that's a good strategy, but that's what she's doing. And she, is like, oh, I'll have a seat over here then. And Tora's just like, help yourself. Not acknowledging, like, thank you for coming. Not saying, like, I want to talk to you. Like, nothing. He's just being really rude.
Yeah, I mean, she even says it too. Like she recognizes that he's like a giant butthead. You know what I mean? Like, he really is.
Yeah. And he's just smoking indoors, of course. Oh, God.
The man's just trying to, like, destroy himself from the inside out.
Yeah, so definitely stressed. I wonder if Poppy will be like, hey, I can give you your other stress release. But I don't know. I don't know. He's not in a good place. And she's just looking anxiously at him, really, like, concerned. And she still has that sympathy. So, credit to her for not being dissuaded by his attitude. And she thinks to herself, I'll hang around until he's ready to open up. Meantime, what should I do? And you see him in the middle of this, massive bed, and she's at the edge of it. And you see the guitar in the corner, and she sees it. And she's like, is that your guitar? And she also sees on the side table the strawberry hair tie, which he had placed, like, in the guitar or guitar case before. And she's like, oh my gosh, my hair tie. He still has it with him. And she blushes, which is like a sweet moment, because even though he's being a jerk to her now, she knows that he still cares and values her.
Yeah, definitely. He just desperately needs a therapist. This man needs a therapist.
Yeah. And she, puts it in her hair, and she picks up the guitar, and she's, plucking away at the strings, and she's like, not bad, haha. She's like smiling and all giggly and cute, and she's tick, 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 ping, ping, ping. And then it goes, twang. And she's like, oh, sorry. And Tora's just still, he's leaning on his arm, he's smoking, he's just looking really morose, not really responding, looking at her at all, until she gives that twang. And then he reaches over, grabs the guitar. He sees, like, arms are, like, around her, so it's like you can imagine, like, the physical embrace, like, is right behind her, and grabs the guitar. He's like, mine. And then he takes the hair tie from her hair, and he's like, also mine.
What the heck? I mean, she's blushing, but sir, words, you're not 5.
Yeah. I think it's not personally my thing, but, like, I think a lot of people find that very, like, smooth and very sexy for him to have said that.
That's true.
That, like, possessiveness, which, anyway. So yeah, so she does blush, she does like it, because it does indicate, that he values the things that she gave him, and that it's personal for him, and that it's close to his heart.
That's true. Yeah, like, that's Joe's guitar, so I mean, like, maybe don't touch it,
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's a little bit hypocritical, because he's like, this thing that you gave me that I value is mine, so I'm gonna, like, I value it a lot, so I'm gonna, like, keep it. But you, the actual person I value, you're in front of me, and I'm, like, ignoring you. But
yeah,
it's easier to deal with physical objects than people.
Definitely is. That's definitely for sure.
And then you see him, like, look up, so it sounds like he's, like, listening, and then he like, his fist is, like, making that, like, into clenching. He's like, Quincey! And then you see Quincey, whose ear has been against the wall, and he's like, damn, bro. And then from across the other side of the wall, Tora's like, get the F out of here, you shameless little. So Quincy's just sitting there in his like t-shirt and shorts, and he's in a different pair of slippers, and he's just writing notes in his notebook, and he's like, "That soon to be executed Casanova's got the moves like Jagger." I'm taking notes. Oh my God. Oh dear.
I love, by the way, the what do you call it? The comments. It said Quincy taking notes outside the door. Mood. Yes, it is a mood. It is definitely a mood.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he is. He's something else. This guy is. He's dramatic. He's like, a voyeur. He's inappropriate. He's like always getting the material for his writing.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh, he's
like
something
he's
else.
very seriously. He's taking himself very, very seriously as an author. That's for sure.
He's such a snoop. I mean, like, yeah, I'm on Tora's side. Like, I'll get out of here. I wonder if a little part of him is also like, to reinforce in his brain that Poppy is Tora's. So like, get her out of your mind, Quincy.
I mean, it would be. I feel like hearing her flirt with Tora would be definitely like a mood killer there. So there's that.
Yeah. What do you think he means by soon to be executed, Casanova?
Well, wasn't it the episode before where he said that like if Tora gets caught, he's getting the death penalty?
Yeah, but I feel like he would have joked like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Either that, it's like I don't know. It's either that one or I think like by the other clan members.
Or maybe like to make it lighthearted, maybe he thinks Poppy is gonna kill Tora, like metaphorically, she's gonna be mad at him, but
Yeah.
she's not treating her well.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely that. So, I mean, it could take in a lot of ways, I guess.
Yeah.
I just think because it was like what the episode before that just like what is it, last episode, like he's the one he said is the one that he said. I'm trying to look for it, and I think it's I'm trying to look it up. Yeah, I think it was last episode where he said where he talks to her about how Tora is very selective over his assignments, only the rich, the powerful corrupt. And he's like, he thinks of himself as a supervillain rather than a Superman, if you ask me, but kinda. A few years ago, he wanted out and asked for my help. So maybe he's thinking like that he is, because you don't leave the mafia. You don't. You just die, right?
Mm.
So maybe that's what he means, is that like Tora's gonna try and leave it and that he's gonna die in the process. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because like if you think it was just last episode, that means it was only like 20-30 minutes before the episode that we just read.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, something. Anyway, that Quincy, he's got some nerve. No shame.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's like, if somebody's gonna joke with you about your impending death, who better to do than your best friend of your whole life?
Yeah, I guess. So, what's your favorite panel?
My favorite panel, let me see if I can find it, is with Quinn. Well, so my second favorite, I'm going to start with the second favorite, and it's him getting all upset right there. I just love that face. Like, it just makes me laugh so much. But my first favorite panel is the one of him sitting outside the door.
Aww.
Because it's just comedy, and we kind of needed that after these last two episodes being rather dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's adorable.
It feels just like slightly more normal.
Mm-hmm. All
right.
How about you? Let me see. Scrolling. Okay, so weirdly enough, torn between like all the panels with the bedroom, because I just like seeing, you know, a nice room that looks bougie and clean and comfortable. And the other one is the one where Poppy sees all his weapons. Also mainly because I like to see a scene that is different and that we haven't gotten yet. So it's just new coloring, new objects, new like position, and it's just something new that we haven't seen yet. So yeah, those two.
I mean, they're good ones. I like them. So
yeah.
Like I don't think we've actually like seen Poppy like really confronting that side of Tora before. So I think that's a good one.
You think that they're going to talk about it next episode?
I hope so. Like I really hope so that they talk about it and they get it out of the way and stuff like that. They need to be on the same side. They need to, like, she knows everything now. They need to be on the same wavelength. I really think. So
100%.
I hope so. Let's hope it works.
Yeah, I feel like Tora is not going to be ready to talk about it though. I feel like Tora might want to distract her with something. Like he might just move to sex as a distraction, or, you know, sexual activity or something like that. Or he'll just shut her out and like not say anything. But the truth is, if he would have wanted to kick her out, I guess he would have done that already.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say what's going to happen. We'll see though.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much, ma'am, for joining on the episode. And we'll find out next week what happens.
Yeah, I know. Only a little less than a week, you know, 5 days, but still a little much to wait. But
yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you too. Bye.
Thank you to my current patrons: Suzie, Lily, Molly, Veronica, Emily, Jo, Rochelle, Saucy, Tuggles, Anne Rose, Alexa, Misty, Joanne, Esther, 𝗪𝗏𝗄𝗏, Emily, Jean, Kay, Lily, Beckett, Stuanda, Christine, Sadie, Teresa, Mrs. Castaldo, 𝗪𝗵𝗱𝗆, Ruby, Jennifer, and Evelina. Your support is truly appreciated.